So just stop applying for a second and really master this one thing so that you know that your applications are actually going as far as they can and you're much more likely to get those interviews. So 97% of the CMs that I talk to all struggle and are stuck at the very first step, and that is positioning themselves. And I actually went and worked that out, by the way. They are all making the same mistakes, so it's very likely that you are making the same mistakes too. They don't know how to position themselves so that they can actually be seen, and so that when they apply to roles, they actually have a chance to get picked up and get given an interview. So that's why I'm going to show you how to fix your positioning so that you're not completely invisible and you're so much more likely to actually get picked up and actually be seen. So you're probably deep in the job hunt and you're feeling the pressure to get it right. You're probably casting a massive net and you want to show the hiring manager all of the reasons why they should hire you. Now, showing them all of the reasons why they should hire you is probably killing your positioning because you are burying all of the things that they want to see. You're burying everything inside your positioning, whether it's on LinkedIn or whether it's in the resume, and they can't straight away think, oh yeah, this is the person that we need. You tell them you can do social media as well as community, you can run events, you can do customer service, you can do all of these things, and at the end of the day, you are just making yourself completely invisible to them. Showing more actually hurts you. Like, it actually hurts you, assuming it's not what they're asking for. Showing all of the things you could possibly do ever is not helping you in any way, and we need to change that. Unless the role is actually asking for all of those things, usually what happens is the hiring manager looks through the resume and they don't even pick up on you because you don't even seem fit for the role. Even if those things are buried inside your positioning, they can't see it. They just can't. They can't pick up on it. You have a very small window to hook them and get them to actually want to read on and then invite you. So how do we fix this? How do we get your positioning on point so that you can be seen and we actually progress and break out of this cycle of rejection? We're going to take 4 steps to master your positioning, which is the skill that you need to master to get any community management role. So before we do anything, step 1 is really deciding who you are targeting. Do you actually want to be a community manager? Because what I find is a lot of community managers put themselves in the middle of a lot of things. Do you want to commit to being a community manager? If yes, great, let's go ahead. Now, do you want to target every CM role ever, or do you want to niche down? Now, I don't necessarily 100% recommend niching down so niche at this point, especially at the beginning, but having relevant experience behind you, even if it's not relevant CM experience sometimes, but in a specific industry, in a specific niche, can help you become more positioned, more obvious to those types of roles. But if you are very much looking at any CM role ever, that's okay too. So make sure just to take a think and decide, like, who are you? What do you want? What is that role going to look like for you? What industry is it in? What niche is it in? That's step 1. Now, step 2 is so simple, but so powerful. And a lot of people really struggle with this one. And it is stop listing everything. As I've mentioned, listing everything, showing everything is not going to help you in any way for mastering your positioning. We need to position ourselves every time towards the roles that we are applying to exactly what they are asking and nothing more. I repeat that again, exactly what they're asking and nothing more, nothing more. On your resume, you want it to be max 2 pages long. 1 page is enough. The first page every time needs to have all the relevant things that will really set you apart and really connect with them. Now, I don't mean it has to be super unique at every single point. I just mean that if they're asking for someone who can run events and is specifically important to this role, the community role, someone who has done events before, make sure that you put there that you've run events and maybe some sort of metric to do with that, right? Repeat that for the things that they're asking for and make sure to identify what is specifically important to this role. For example, one community management role, it may be really important to them that they want someone who can build something from scratch. And in that case, you're going to really highlight what you have done from scratch, right? Just read the job description. It tells you everything you need, and you need to position yourself to what they are asking for, which is going to help with both the AI reading it, of course, with the keywords. You don't need to worry about that. That's put behind us if we do this process. but also the human element, either way, without AI or not, when they see it, they are going to think straight away, like, this is the person that we need to talk to them. And I know it works because Jennifer, who is in my program, has just told me that she has seen double the amount of interviews since starting working with me than she was before, which is an insane amount more of interviews. It's a lot more interviews. Her positioning is clearly really on point. And even for the ones that she were perhaps too late for, because timing is everything, of course, with applying, they even said, your resume is amazing. We really like it. We love you, but we've already moved on with another candidate. So that feedback just tells you everything. Positioning is so, 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 so important. So step 3, kind of to do with step 2, is find what their actual problem is. Now, yes, it's probably listed somewhere in the job description, but really assess the whole thing and try to make an educated guess on, like, what is that company's, or what would that company's problems really be? Like, what would you go there to solve? Like, really consider that. Because if you work that out, what problems do they want to solve before meeting them? You're going to ask them when you meet them, ideally, but before, this is the point before meeting them, then you have a leg up because you can really connect with them and what they actually are asking for. And that could be anything. That could be anything from just purely they want to generate more sales in general. So how could a community manager and a community achieve that in specific ways, or at least not necessarily make sales themselves, but add to that, maybe somehow generate more leads to make more sales. You know what I mean? Like, there's different ways to get to that goal. Or it could just be very much that particular role is maybe a non-profit and they just want to generally achieve a certain goal and helping people achieve a certain goal. It could be in education. They really, really, really require their students to be very successful. So how could a community and a community manager contribute to the success of their clients? You need to assess and take an educated guess on what that business as a whole, organization, really is wanting to achieve, and how could a community really fit into that. Now, step 4 is make sure you top it off by being the obvious choice for them. So what is really going to top this off? Now, this is really like more of a purple cow type thing on your resume, where I recommend for your positioning and positioning yourself towards a company, really identifying what makes you kind of unique to them. Just one thing, apart from all those points that we've shown that we can actually achieve based on what they've asked. What is that one thing? For example, there was a role with Nexus Mods not long ago, which is modding for games, if you're not aware what that is. Now, I myself have not worked at Nexus Mods, but one thing, if I were applying to what I would put on my resume, is I specifically use their platform, and I've downloaded 600 plus mods, and here is my profile, so check it out. Now, that is not like a usually relevant thing for community management. You wouldn't usually put that on your resume, but that is, like I said, a purple cow little sentence there that will really, really pull them in. Like, this person is already invested. Now, it might not necessarily be that you've used their product before. It could be they're looking for someone who, for maybe a company who, a community, they're looking for a community manager for a community where they help people who have been divorced, for example, and they're going through that process, or they're divorcing. And maybe you've gone through that experience yourself. Again, usually not relevant. In this case, it becomes relevant, and that might set you apart from the rest of the candidates. So that was how to position yourself in a nutshell. If you really, really, really work on this, it sounds kind of simple, but it's not. Once you get into it, it takes people a long time to perfect. If you perfect it, you are going to see massive differences in your applications and actually converting those into interviews. But also throughout your life in general, throughout your career in general, being able to identify what people are actually looking for and being able to speak to that is going to help you in so many different ways. Getting a CM role right now is undeniably hard. Like, it is really difficult at the moment. And that is why I have created you a free quiz with a checklist and some free training at the end, and it's in the description below. It's going to help you identify what is actually holding you back, and it helps you identify that based on your current situation right now. So it's different per situation. So take that, if you want to find out why you're not finding your CM roles or getting your CM roles at the moment, it's in the description.